Hello children, we'll start a new chapter, that is human body nervous system. Let us see what is nervous system and what are the function of it. External activities and internal activities in our body are mainly coordinated by nervous system. Whatever activities, whatever response we give towards any situation, the changes that occurs inside the body and outside the body, we come to know or we get connected to that particular situation by the help of nervous system, and accordingly we act. So there are certain organs which are involved in this activities, that is brain, spinal cord and nerves. Now today, just before starting this chapter, I just want to tell you about three main words which will be used again and again in this chapter. First is stimuli. What is stimuli? Stimuli is nothing but the changes that takes place inside and outside the body. Stimuli stimulates your actions, means it enhances your activity, your body's function. So whatever changes that is taking outside, suppose if you see someone entering the room, or if you heard something, or if you smelt something, so that is the stimuli which you are getting from the external environment, and according to that you act. Impulse is a message passed through the nervous system. So whatever changes is happening outside the body or inside the body, that is sent to the central nervous system, that is brain and spinal cord, and that message can also be called as impulse. Response, the brain sends signal to the muscles or body parts to respond. Now, after manipulating the conditions or the situation which is happening around you, your brain sends the impulse to the uh, organs or to the muscles, and accordingly we perform our function or we act, and that act which we perform after seeing the situation, that is named as response. Now let us see what are the organs involved in it. The five sense organs: eye, ear, nose, skin and tongue. So let us see one example. You want to drink water. You saw a glass of water placed on a table. You received that impulse through your eyes. You saw the water which is kept, that is the stimuli which you are getting. After that, your eyes send the message to the brain that the glass is kept on the table. Then the brain sends the message to the muscles of your hand to pick the glass of water and drink it. So this is the response which you are showing. Stimulus is received by the eyes, then the impulse is sent to the brain, then the brain again sends the impulse to the muscles, and then accordingly you act. After that, let us see the structure of neuron. Neuron is a structural and functional unit of nervous system. Neuron consists of three parts, mainly three parts, that is a cell body, an axon and dendrites. A cell body, that is also known as cyton, it consists of a nucleus and certain projections. These small projections are named as dendron, and the dendron they divide to form dendrites. One long projection is there, a tail-like formation, that is known as axon. Axon is covered by a sheath which is named as myelin sheath, which insulates axon. Myelin sheath is not continuous, there is a gap in between, and those gaps are named as nodes of Ranvier. Myelin sheath are being produced by a type of cell which is named as Schwann cells. At the end of the axon, we can find axon terminals, and these axon terminals that enables the impulse to jump from one neuron to another neuron. So there is one more word which we can focus on, that is synapse. What is synapse? Synapse is a gap between one neuron to another neuron. Neurons are not attached to each other. They have a gap in between, and those gaps are named as synapses. Now there are three types of neuron. Let us see what are the three types of neuron. Suppose you touched a cactus plant. You touched a cactus plant. Your hands received the stimuli, and then the impulse was sent to the brain and spinal cord. So the message which is sent from the receptor to the brain or spinal cord, that neuron is named as sensory neuron, because you are sensing the thing and then you are sending it to the spinal cord or brain. So this is one type of neuron, that is sensory neuron. Second type, after getting the impulse from brain and spinal cord, a message is sent back to the hand or the muscles of your hand to withdraw your hand, and that message is sent by a type of neuron which is named as motor neuron. And the third one is interneuron, which connects sensory neuron and motor neuron in the brain and spinal cord. So these are the three types of neuron which we can see in our body. One more junction is there, named neuromuscular junction. What is the meaning of neuromuscular junction? When muscles and neuron connect each other, that particular connection or junction is named as neuromuscular junction. Answer is there in the word itself. Neuro means neuron, muscular means muscle, so the connection between neuron and muscle is known as neuromuscular junction. So in our next class, we will be talking about parts of nervous system.